Hi, and welcome to Juice Your Veggies and Eat Them Too. I'm your host, Via Melissa. On today's episode, I'm going to be making up some chicken salad with my juice veggie pulp leftovers. No parts unused approach. So it's a really easy and simple dish. Here I have all my ingredients laid out. I have 2 cups of cut up cabbage, 4 stalks of cut up celery, a half of red onion diced up, a couple of cups of my juice veggie leftovers, which I'm going to be using between 2 and 3 cups in the recipe. I made a roaster chicken a couple of days ago and I still have about a pound of meat left over, so I decided to shred it and use it in my leftover concoction over here. Other ingredients that go into the dish is some organic mayonnaise. For some that don't necessarily like mayo, you can also use some organic grapeseed oil, aka Veggies, as an alternative. And then I love flavor. So other things that I like to put in my chicken salad is some curry powder, onion flakes. You can also use powder if you don't have flakes, cayenne pepper, as well as some black pepper, garlic powder, cumin, and Himalayan pink sea salt. So now that you know everything that's in the dish, let's get to assembling. So first, I'm going to throw in those 2 to 3 cups of juiced vegetables. What's in this concoction is carrot, celery, cucumber, sweet potatoes, apple, and ginger. Spread that out over this evenly. And it looks like I used closer to the 3 cup marker. Next, I'm going to sprinkle in my diced red onions. I like to use these because it gives it a sweet, savory balance and also a little bit of crunch to the dish. What's great about this dish is you can either eat it as is, you can make it into a sandwich. One great serving suggestion is if you put it in between 2 slices of raisin Ezekiel bread. It is just delicious. So now I'm going to throw in my shredded cabbage. As you can see, it's just very easy to assemble this dish. And now my 4 stalks of diced celery. All right, now let's start to flavor it up. Start with my sea salt. Do about a teaspoon and a half. Just sprinkle it all over. Then cumin. And I'm basically going to sit here and do this for all of my spices as I go down the line. Alright, now I've got my dish completely spiced up. It's ready to get mixed up. So I basically took all of my spices and evenly coated it on top of the dish. And now I'm going to blend the spices in so everything gets to absorb all the flavors. Smells amazing. Okay, and the next step is I'm going to take my organic mayo and start to pile it on. So I end up using between a half a cup and 3/4 of a cup of this in the entire dish. And to spread it out a little bit, I also actually use a little bit of water to thins the mayo out. Just take some water and pour it over. Start to work the mayo in. For those that like a lot more mayonnaise or Veggies in the dish, you can use closer to a cup or a cup and a half. I don't like it to overpower my dish. I'd rather actually taste the spices itself, so that's why I tend to err on using a little bit less. But everybody has their own personal preference and taste. I'm also calorie conscious, and I like to keep it low fat. I am using full fat mayonnaise though, by the way. I'm not a believer of using low fat products or no fat products because those tend to be substituted with different chemicals that make up for the flavor, and ultimately digesting chemicals is really not a good thing for your body. Your body knows how to digest and metabolize nutrients and whole, real foods. When it receives chemicals, what it ends up doing is the body is like a storage system, and when it doesn't know where to file a chemical, so to say, it winds up storing it as fat. And a lot of times people wonder, why is there such an obesity pandemic in our country? And that's just one of the many reasons for it. So it looks like my dish is all mixed up and ready to be eaten. So as I said before, you can make this into a sandwich, or you can also mix in some rice to the dish to give it a little more starch. You can put it on top of rice, you can put it on top of quinoa, or you can do what I do and just eat as is. So this is one of my many approaches to juice your veggies and eat them too. If you want to learn how to make the roasted chicken, I also have another video on YouTube which shows you how to make the roasted chicken that got me to making this dish today as well. Until next time, I'm your host, Melissa, and stay tuned for more.